Watch
it. No doubt.
Snitches. I'm gonna tell you something too. Now, I had one kid.
You looking for some insurance that won't tear your pocket off?
I got
Look
50
no
of them
further.
masks.
The Reed Agency offers car insurance as low as $17 a month, business insurance as low as $25 a month, and can help you lower your homeowner's insurance to less than $1,000 a year. Now, that's just some of the services that they offer. Call for your quote today, 205-854-2156. Visit the Reed Agency online at insuranceagencybirmingham.com or just stop through at 9624 Parkway East, Birmingham. Let's save some money.
What person you got? Somebody could have sinus problems.
See, I get that way. You got to be more so careful. But let's do this intro. Hey, welcome to Barbershop Stories, the podcast, episode 37, special edition. We got the legendary barber himself, Mr. Wayne Honeycutt. What's happening, man? What's happening?
What's happening? What's going on now?
From the shop, baby.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Going on. Yeah, man. Well,
30 years in the game, baby.
Hey, that's a long time, man.
I went on let the gray come through.
Yeah.
You better take a good look, because you might not see it long.
Put them clippers on it quick, man.
Yeah.
Well, Wayne, we brought you up here today, man, for a number of reasons. One, I'm going to tell y'all how I know this fella here. Wayne just cut my hair. I consider, he still cut it. Shit, hell, I'm talking about used to.
Mine too.
Even though I think I'm a great barbers, no other great barbers, so that's why this great barber's up here. But we wanted to talk about today about everything from what's going on with the world, social distancing, barbershops, beauty salons being closed, the service industry, what's going on, shit, do we need to be shut down? Why we shut down? And I guess what's the reason of all this stuff and how we gonna get through it? That's the main thing. So first off, I'm comedic narrator, haircut, slanger, Bennie Mac, and
the no-nos over here. We keep some info for you.
That's right. And like I said,
Corona, COVID-19, all that.
That's right. So I guess we're gonna jump right on into it, man. As far as with everything that's happening, Wayne, because I'm sure you've been affected by this shutdown too. First off, do you think it was even necessary to shut down?
Well, me personally, I thank them for the shutdown because, all my life, I've been cutting hair all my life, and way before I even got a shop, I was cutting hair in my mama's basement growing up. Mm-hmm. So I always made money, and so the thing is, I wasn't gonna stop making money.
You gonna keep doing it?
I'm gonna keep on. That's what I do. And I know that once you really depend on yourself, then it's gonna be hard to stop it. Mm-hmm. Because see, everything, it ain't just about you. You got family, you got children, you got wives, you got sisters and aunts and uncles and daddies that depending on you. And if you've been doing it a long time, like we've been doing it, Bennie, and the thing is, people depending on that stability. Mm-hmm. So now, the reason that it's such a threat because you starting to see a whole stable income where it's a whole family of people that's being fed one way or the other off of your stability at risk. And then all of a sudden, once you carry that weight, then you begin to put yourself at risk, and you stop thinking about your life, and you start thinking about others. But one thing that we got to realize is that if we don't take care of ourselves, it's gonna be a lot of people hurt.
Yeah.
And our clients, they want us to keep going. I love them, but I love me.
You say love me some me, huh?
I love me, man.
And I feel you on that, man, because I thought I would never get to a point where I would adhere to some government rules. Cause I'm not a real big rule follower. I don't break them hoes, but I ain't following no bullshit. But when I looked at it, like sitting up at the radio station, shout out to V94.9 WATV, what's happening? I was just sitting back and we was looking at numbers. Now, whether they fake or not, all we can look at is what we see. And when I went to seeing how they were saying how the shit double, how it multiplies, it was showing like, look, one person can affect 2-3 people a day or more. So it went to showing like some people can be carriers, where you may never show a symptom of a cold or sneeze or nothing, but you got it. But you messing with somebody, talking to them, sneezing, coughing, or just manual, regular, everyday touching, you can give it to them, and they not know it for 14 days, but in that 14 days, you done came in contact with 100 people. So that 100 people multiply to thousands. Now, I'm not really in favor of a shutdown, but for this, the way it is, I kind of am, because I think that's the only way you're going to be able to get a clear picture and to be able to see, like, hey, look, stop this shit so it can get back to normal. Because as long as we keep bullshitting and not this week and next week, because honestly, truth be told, white, black, Hindu, green, short, humpback, midgets, ain't nobody finna sit down unless you make it.
Right.
And honestly, this is one of those situations I think it needed to be subsided, because I don't think here in the South, we realize that. I think Louisiana shut down, California shut down, New York shut down. Mm-hmm. I had a client call me yesterday, man. My condolences to them, their friends, and their family. Said their son, 47 years old, healthy as a horse, went to the hospital, complained about some chest pain, never came back out. So it was in there 2-3 days. No, Mr. Joe called me. He was telling me that his friend's son went to the hospital and died. So, and then there's a couple folks I seen in Facebook that I know personally, and folks in the hospital.
Right.
So, it's kind of like, and if you would have saw them or been around them, you would have never known if they had none of that.
Right.
So, I'm kind of for it. I hate to say it, but I'm kind of for it, because I think if we don't have our health, damn the economy. Because right now, that money don't mean shit. Right. You can be rich or poor, your ass got COVID-19. Yeah. It don't even matter.
I mean, we'll find ourselves. Yeah, we'll find ourselves, working for things, and if you die, you can't take none of this with you. Mm-mm. And so,
well, they can put that chain on you. They'll just take it off after the first. They'll put that chain on your hand, but that's it.
Yeah.
Your last time job.
But it's just all about staying focused right now. I think, every time as black people, any grown man that's been doing it, we done hit hard times. And so, we gonna make it through this. But what I do want us to know is, what we gotta learn is that this feeling that we have, this desperate feeling, and because I've been through a lot, in life, like been down, some unforeseen stuff happened, not like this, but it was just as big.
In your life.
In my life, my personal life. So I told myself, when I was down and when things were tight, and I knew that I didn't have nobody but me and the Most High, I said, you know what? I don't want to lose this feeling. Because I knew some kind of way the chips go fall where they may, right? Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to lose that feeling of hunger and that desperate feeling, that feeling of getting the realness in perspective. Mm-hmm. So now I see a shutdown, but when I go to the park for my run and my walk, I don't see nothing but families, mama and daddy with the children. I don't see that on every day. I don't see that every day. So we down to the basics now. So things ain't ever gonna be the same. It shouldn't be, because now you realize that it don't take all that to make it.
Yeah.
It don't take all that to make it. Like you just said something about a garden. Nobody ain't thought about a garden.
What you plant, dog?
Hey, we got some me and my wife, we got some okra, some tomatoes, some squash. And we got about 4 things we're gonna start with. We're gonna start with a 3x3,
But you know something,
and grow it from there.
But to me, man, it's really getting back to the basics. Like I seen a young lady, she was on a live, and sometimes I click on people live because I just want to see what the feel of people, everyday people is, man. And she was just like, people not realizing that, nigga, everything happen on this earth, the Most High allow it to happen. He allow it. So regardless on what we saying and praise God and all that, he allowed this shit to happen the way it's happening. Now the ultimate outcome is what we don't know. But I do believe everything that he orchestrates, it is going to be for the better good. Because like you said, you got families actually having to sit down and talk. You got people actually got to spend time with their children, their own children.
It's dinner time now.
all of
a sudden, it's back to dinner time. Everybody's time to eat. So let's sit at the table together.
Yep.
See, we don't have that as families no more.
Yep.
Some, on that God plan thing, some of us vary the way we believe when it come down to that, me personally, in some of my reading, I've seen that, these warnings were out there. It didn't say who was doing it, but it's like it said these things were going to happen, something like this. Now, I don't know how it's going to go, but I do know that it's just like a real bad thunderstorm, and when you come outside, you see all these branches laying down. So when the storm gone, all the weaknesses, all the things that wasn't really necessary is not left.
It's falling off.
It's falling off. And so, not saying that about people, because, innocent people are being affected in this situation, like children and stuff like that, but only strong go survive when it come down to business. Now, we talking about business. We talking about Barbershop shutdown. And, me and Bennie Mac, you've been in business, you've been cutting forever, the whole time. So the whole thing is that we done stood the test of time. We've been through recession. This not gonna be our first recession. Now, granted, I had just left a 2-week vacation and came back here to Corona that met me back in Birmingham, and so I wasn't expecting this. Nobody was. No. But one thing you learn about being in business, you don't wait till the air conditioner go out before you fix it, or something gonna happen. So you always gotta have that blowout coming. So now we just a blowout in business. Now you got to use things that you never used. Now if you're not in that position, you got to learn now. You see what I'm saying? You got to learn. Now, at some point, all of us gonna be equal. Cause like right now, if you look at people that's in the stock market, all these professionals with the 401ks. I'm not talking down on that, but I'm just saying it's like an equilibrium going on. Everything equal. It's sort of like with the economics, racism, ain't nobody talking about white supremacy right now. Ain't nobody talking about no sex. No, not even. Nobody ain't really talking about how serious religion is, because they shut down the churches.
Easter shut down.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, who are we? Who are you? You see what I'm saying? And this is where we are. See, because now you got more time to look in the mirror.
Yeah.
For real, like, it's only so many loads of clothes you can wash at home. Every time something get dirty, you run to the wash machine. All right, but how about when you're supposed to be doing some reading right now, getting better with whoever you are? You see what I'm saying? And so when all this everything start to come back, we should be developing. We're in a developing moment. I really think this thing is. I really feel like a big blessing is on the other side of this.
Always.
I'm serious, because it's too serious. We ain't never seen nothing like it. And those who make it through it, and I'm thankful if I don't make it through it, I'm gonna die with a smile, because I've been blessed all my life. Even during times like this, I consider it as a blessing. because I'm able to live right now and talk about it. That's the blessing.
You can make it through it. On the way through.
On the way. And so,
because even the people who complaining, while you complaining, you're gonna wake up to the Rona. Into the Rona, decide to leave.
It's out
It's out
here.
here.
The flu and everything else with it.
You got to deal with it. And then I'm gonna say this too, man. You know, I sit back and I research a lot of things, watch a lot of different things from different perspectives, like different podcasts, different speeches, different reads, different articles, different print, just to get perspective. Because you'll never get just one full answer, but you can see it from the way somebody else sees it.
Right.
Now, Freeway Rick Ross, and y'all check him out. This was on Vlad TV, and he was saying about he's scared for black people with this disease. So I'm like, damn, I clicked the clickbait. So when I looked at it, he was saying basically, a lot of us are not looking at it as a whole. We think about ourselves saying shit like black people can't get it. You got 16 ounces of melanin in your blood. You can't get all that shit like that, which is just milks. And he was like, and it's cool. He ha ha. He liked to laugh too. But he was saying basically over in Spain, it was so bad over there with respirators and ventilation machines and all that, they had to pick and choose who got them hoes. Because it was like, okay, Sam or Wayne? Tails Wayne, head Sam. Boom. All right, that's the one who ain't going to get it. If you make it, you make it. If you died, you died. They was like, that's why the death toll is so high, because it hit them so hard, they didn't have the proper resources to get it.
From what headline said, we headed in the same direction.
And we headed
from what headline said.
Exactly. So, and another thing, what he was saying, he was like, the thing is, he was like, if we're not looking, it's making its way in. It's making its way in. And he was like, and you mess around, when it do hit the inner urban area, and the mask running short, you already see how they treat us now. So what you think gonna happen?
Well, I don't know.
Some scary shit.
I don't know, like, and that's scary, and it
can't happen.
It can't happen.
Hope it don't happen.
But just think about this now. Even to piggyback off of that.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at the news every day, I see people being tested not in the hood. I haven't seen a testing area, a drive-through in the hood for us to get tested, my people to get tested.
Well, hold on, let me add something to it before you go too far. You know they was trying to put one at Legion Field.
Okay.
And motherfucker was talking shit. And that's why it ain't at Legion Field. We was talking about that this morning. Off air, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That they tried to put the testing station at Legion Field.
And why they didn't
But folks was raising their head like, I don't want it over here.
So here this mental set that you're talking about, that's saying that we're not taking it serious. We partying, we still want to get together. Our people want haircuts. True, we need money. But the bottom line is, if we're not getting tested, so we don't know who got it. At least they getting tested. They throwing all their people in quarantine. We still like all in together. So who's going to be affected the most? The people that's not getting tested. The people, every one of us are suspect to get it because we're not separating from each other. We're not getting tested. So when one of us get tested, he get put to the side to stay away from the healthy people. So we don't even know if our brother got it or our sister got it. But we all right here together. Now, I'm not saying that, but it on 280 in different places, Homewood, the Colonnade, if you look at the news, it ain't a lot of blacks out there getting tested. So they able to take their own, and we got to admit, we talking about black people now, right?
Yeah.
Whites are taking their own, and they're doing the right thing.
At least get yourself
We
checked
are
out.
not getting tested. We scared. So we just go party like rock stars or whatever and keep ourselves in a group to where everybody go get it. And at the end of the day, the hospital's already full with the first people. So they ain't going to be able to treat the rest of the people. And so where that's going to lead our community? So the thing is, only thing I'm saying, if you listening or whatever, take heed to what's going on. because this thing is serious.
Yeah.
I think when I looked at the news a day or two ago, 15,000 or so globally done died, and the number is rising. The people, our people who we see every day in service, take it serious. Give us our time off. Let us see if we well. Why would you want me to cut your hair? I'm not well. Now I feel great today, but why would I want to service you and I'm not well? Let me see if I'm well. Then I'll come back to you because I love you too. You see what I'm saying? I'm passing on love to you by staying away from you right now because I done seen hundreds over the last week. You know how we do? We move numbers. I don't know. I feel good though, and I did all the Lysol and the fans, and I had one episode in the shop where a little kid called. We had a thing of masks, and we put the mask over him for him to get his haircut because a child ain't gonna catch his cough like we want him to. And so we had one episode like that, but everybody that we service been healthy, so to speak. But how we know who healthy? They said it's gonna take a while, so they decided to shut us down.
Yeah.
I thank them because I wasn't gonna shut down. We started. This thing been on the Clippers, been on my back. I done did a lot with these things, and
shut down.
Yeah, and then
it's tough shit.
And so it's tough. It's tough, but we ain't talking about but a couple of weeks now. If it get to a couple of months, we got to figure it out. So you know what I'm saying? But
they gotta have them check rolling. I ain't even front.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But
them all need to fit. They need to fit the damn. You know what I'm saying? Bracket or the profession or the. You know what I'm saying? Politicians, we counting on you. I need to scale that thing out like it's supposed to be.
Now, people though. Now, I will say this though. Now, I ain't the smartest fella in the world, but I sure ain't the bottom of the barrel with just some common sense thinking. And a lot of stuff that I read, it's gonna be a period where it's gonna be available.
Yeah.
Like, think about this, and I'm just gonna put this out there, so just check it out for yourself. Unemployment, food stamps, every piece of assistance that's available, get up off your pride and go get it. You paying to it. Because I'm finna go get me some yams, as we call it. I'm finna go get me some unemployment.
And a check.
Because like, and then just to clear something up, I ain't telling my fellow barbers not to cut no hair. That's up to you. But for me, my take on it is like, look, man, I ain't gonna sit here and say I ain't gonna cut a couple heads here now. You know, I'm in the same boat. But as far as on mass cutting, you don't really know who you entertaining. And then you got to go and entertain and take your ass back home. You know what I'm saying? So I won't tell nobody not to do it or do no hair, do no nail, because I don't know your position. You may have to do it.
Right.
But you got to consider, though, when you do this, what's got to come behind it. You know what I'm saying? But back to, the assistance and all that, take advantage of all this stuff. Don't have too much pride.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Don't have too much pride. Go online. Do your thing, because you got to remember at the end of the day, hey, everybody equal at this point. Because your money don't mean nothing if you sick.
Right.
So, but take advantage of every service. Business owners, I think the cities, the city of Birmingham is offering something where you can get a loan at 0%.
Right.
And then
I think you can get like $25,000. I looked on the other day to where you can you get $25,000 for 180 days interest free, and then after then it'd be like 3%. Now who qualified, whatever. I think it was so many employees you got to have. So it get kind of tricky for barbershop owners because a lot of us don't have employees. We have self-contractors.
So, independent contractors.
But if they have the ability, and I don't know, Matt, Sam, I don't know, but if they have the ability to shut us down, they got the ability to help us through this.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so
it's to their benefit.
And a lot of places were shut down, okay? But when they had to come back and make it clear that barbershops were shut down, that shows the power of who we really are, in the industry. People really count on us. Even every police officer, even every politician go sneak and get a haircut before they come to that TV.
Yeah.
Now, you know, so we go have to get with them to cut their hair or whatever, and we know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the industry is something very serious.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that
well.
if they have the ability to shut us down,
Yeah.
they got the ability to help us through.
They gotta come through.
They got to come through.
And
They
then like I
gotta
said,
come
man,
But see, but we can't sit around and just make it out of conversation. We got to act, 'cause like you said, I went to the site to check this stuff out.
Exactly.
See, a lot of people getting second, third, and fourth hand information, and that can be helpful, but you still got to take it up to a point where you're gonna lean on your own understanding and be able to see it for what you need to see it for and make it work for you and your folks. So you know, man, I think that like I said, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't no big fan of it. I think me just coming to the barbershop, shit, that'll make my day sometime to turn on a mix, smoke some reefer, cut
best
some
job in the
hair.
world.
Know what I'm saying? Entertain some folk. They entertain you. You learn some shit. It's good being at work and being interactive with people. But considering where we at, how do we get any better if we still continuing the same thing and expecting different results? Now I see a lot of people quote that shit online all the time. People that put Socrates said people doing the same thing and expecting different results, but you doing the same shit. Did you put it up because you thought it was fine? Did you put it up because you actually practice what you see? You know what I'm saying? Or some of the good things that you see. So me, I'm a practicer. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. You can cash out me at $Bennie Mac 205 for any assistance that you want to do. That's BENNIEMAC 205. You can send a quarter, you can send $1, you can send a dime. Whatever I get, I take half and I put it right back to everybody else. Because you got to remember, whatever I get, it got to help somebody. Whatever he got to get, and vice versa. This at a point now, are you gonna start seeing these people as people now, and not just, you know what I'm saying, some shit that don't exist online.
Right.
I think people gotta start back loving people. I think people gotta actually, like I said, just go back to the basics. You know how
Be
people,
forced up.
you know how people always talking about how Hispanic people stay a bunch in the house and they doing all this fine shit.
Yeah.
Well, to me, and I'm just gonna break this down. They're doing that out of necessity because you came in that way, but as soon as they get together, they separate. Now, I remember in the 80s when black folks was the same way. I remember my grandma's house, man. I remember it was me, Pat, Robert, Michael, Cent, my daddy, his wife, Slim, Grandma, and whoever came to town, the folks stayed. But you know, as a child, you didn't realize that it was overcapacitated. We could have went to jail. We were over the fire ordinance.
People always getting the Mexican the credit.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
were doing the same thing.
And we ate every day. I can't think about a time we were hungry. She had a garden on the side of the house. We stayed over by down the park, 6515 3rd Court South. I remember that address.
Right.
So and that was in the 80s. And everybody was there. Nobody complained. Even when people came in from Goodwater, a lot of our folks from Goodwater, and Phoenix City, Seal, Alabama, all that. Them folk came up. You didn't know that y'all was like y'all was, but it was a sense of togetherness.
Right.
But now, because you done got you a little $2 an hour, you want to move away or you done fill out for some shit that happened in 89, folks ain't talk and kicked it for real. Now, this is just a thought. Could that be bringing us back to, all right, man, y'all come on, get this shit together, man.
That's right.
It could be. Now, that's just
It's
a
deeper than
perspective.
that,
Yeah, man.
And so, you know, the thing is too, you know, before you spend your last money on the rent, move out. Go home to your mama, move in with your friend, your brother, your sister. I mean, we don't know how bad this thing gonna get. But don't go broke trying to live a lifestyle that's not available to us at this time.
Cash it out.
You see what I'm saying? We'll go spend all our money trying to make it through when we don't know what making it through is. Now, they can't kick you. They're not going to kick you out. They're not going to turn you off. Don't give these people your last money. Because the bottom line is you don't want to show up at your mama's house and can't put no groceries in there. You need to show up with something. You see what I'm saying? You don't need to get to the bottom and then show up. So the thing is, back to what you were saying, how we see the Hispanics doing what they do, and we had that. you know, we had before
That was us.
daycares and all this stuff was available. It was grandma's house every summer. Every one of my cousins and me. My grandma had 7 girls, and all of them had children and boys, and all of us was at grandma's house.
And you knew your folk.
I know my cousins. They like
No.
brothers and sisters to me.
Yeah, right.
So the thing is, we can't be scared to go back there. You see what I'm saying? Because ain't no child care. Ain't no child. Child care ain't available right now.
Yeah, right.
So who keeping these children?
Watch them children.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be grandma. It's gonna be your sister. It's gonna be your brother. You know, we got we back to the basics.
Back to the
We
basics.
back to the basics. So the thing is, you know, I done had to manage a business for years now, for years and years, and I knew that the next thing was gonna happen. I didn't see it. I can't never see around the corner. If I could see around the corner, I'd be a bad man.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But I just can't see
would.
around. Everybody would. You just can't see around that corner.
Right.
So what I started learning is that something coming, and it ain't never not came. And now look at here, a tsunami. So whether I can withstand it or not, but before I say the end of everything, man, I'm going back over there with my mama dead, may she rest in peace. But I'm going back over here with my dad. I got a
Lay low.
sister. I got places that I can go. Then I just go to my own barbershop. I told all my guys that they got a place to stay if this thing get bad. You see what I'm saying? We can make this home. And so those are the things that's where we are right now.
And the killing part though is like for me, I actually was gonna sit back and get everything together this week just with like folks I know personally, and shit. We can meet here, we can meet somewhere here, we can meet in the park and talk to each other with the intercom. However we got to do it, but to actually just sit back and say, okay, dog, look, right now this is where we are. What we gonna do if this shit go on for another 12 weeks? Can I, where you gonna be able to
Back
eat?
to what Wayne just said.
Where you gonna be able to say, hey, bro, look, I need you, man. Okay, look, bro, we
Yeah,
already
some
got the food. Come on, man, we can give you. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna turn back to barter and trade. What up, Glando?
Right.
What up, man? Okay, there you go. Shit. But yeah, it's gonna turn back to barter and trade.
Right.
And I don't think people, they realize that now, because you still got a couple folk got a few dollars. You still got a couple folk that can still walk around on tiptoes and shit, which is cool. I understand. They work hard. They do. They should feel that way about themselves. But what happens when you paying that $11, $12, $13, $14, $1,500 a month note for 3 months with no income?
Right.
What it look like then? Okay,
Right.
fuck it, make it 6. What it look like then? Who do you call?
Right.
So to me, my suggestion would be the people you had these little mini strifes and shit with, don't clear up, because all they want to hear, you know what, Wayne, I'm sorry, dog. I stole your cottonwoods in the 11th grade, man. My fault,
right,
dog. And you may be like, you know what, oh man, but bye, my nigga, y'all dap that
right.
shit up and holler
Right.
y'all was immature and y'all move on.
Right.
But a lot of time, we done got to a point where humility is a motherfucker.
Boy, it's tough.
We done got to a point where we feel like, everything is, shit, fuck that shit, get how you live, no cap. I'm real.
I got it.
I'm good. I ain't got to fuck with you. All right, well.
I feel like this too, though, man. It's not knocking it, but not knocking anybody profession or job or whatever you do for a day-to-day living. But a lot of it's not gonna be the same when this thing get lifted. It may be a lot of jobs people not gonna be available to you to go back to.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Big time.
And then you still got to make some type of change. So this thing, whether you get sick or not, this thing touching everybody in some type of way. And I just feel like, man, we in a profession that, like you said, we was in the last wave of things shutting down. Cause like you said, we gonna grind to the end.
Till they make
All
our
the way
ass stop.
to the
Right.
door goddamn closed. They gonna damn know how to pull up.
Right.
But when they went talking about them licenses and revoking and all that, and people can tell on you if you what, they're like, man, what you left with? And then, like you said, you got to think about your health and dealing with the public and what you taking back to your house. And you gotta look at that part of it too, cause that matters. But one thing about it, no matter how long this thing lasts, I just feel like you said, it's something real. It's something nice on the other end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it be that check, they're gonna help pay them bills, catch it back up to the right speed, or whether you got a little egg saved that you can goddamn sit back and just pay the base and come out this thing and catch up on the back end, or whatever it is. Everybody, you know, in the same position, no matter what your bracket is. But we in the profession, man. I just feel like, hey, the last 20 years, I ain't wanting for nothing. No matter, we done been through swine flu and the bird flu and the heebie-jeebies and whooping calls and everything, man. With the recession and you know what I'm saying, the president change and all, it just we always made it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People talk about the spirit, not to cut you off. People talk about spiritual and religious. We got faith that you can't even goddamn, you know what I'm saying, you can't measure.
Well, a man that's
by
willing,
standing in this gap, man.
A man that's willing to take a risk and not rely on somebody else to put money in his pocket is a man of faith.
That's right.
Yep.
And I feel like
all the dumb shit.
Like every barber, every entrepreneur got faith, first of all, in the Most High, and then two, that he can sustain them to provide for the people. Because more than likely, a person that's that's like us, it's other people depend on us. We don't get up in the morning and cook hair all day just because we try to eat a bologna sandwich at the end of the day. No. You know, they mentioned this early bird syndrome, how the early bird get the worm. Man, if that early bird was out there hunting early in the morning for itself, he wouldn't be out there because he'll find something. But it's them ones that's in the nest that he out there because he got to take something to the crib and drop some in these screaming mouths to eat. You see what I'm saying? You don't get up early. Entrepreneurs don't do the things that they do. People that work for themselves don't do the things they do for themselves. You know, it was something that drove them to step out because the people that, more than likely, the people that we love so much that we take care of every day, the people that want us to work for them wouldn't go provide for them like we wanted them to have. So we stepped out and just started doing our own thing. You see what I'm saying? We stepped out, did our own thing so that we can give them the life that we feel like they deserve. You see what I'm saying? And this who we are. And that's who we are. But going back to what you were saying earlier, Sam, the blessing on the other side is what I hope is that the discipline that we're learning now never leaves us. You know, because we are learning a discipline as entrepreneurs, as barbers, as people that rely on ourselves. When something is taken from us, our livelihood is taken. That's serious, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't rely. I didn't want to rely on them to put nothing on in my refrigerator. I said, you know what? I can do it. And that's why we chose the profession that we in. You see, and so when that's taken from me, taken from us, I feel, first of all, we talked about this earlier, that they can provide something for us. If they got the ability to take it, they got the ability to provide something.
Just gotta hold them accountable.
Hold them accountable. Now, but the good part of this is that I'm learning something. And it ain't something that I didn't already know. It's something that I would implement. Eating out my own refrigerator every day. You see, because you getting that money, you just blowing that money. I wish I had that $100 night the other night, that $100 dinner that I was sitting over there with, and I tipped the waitress $20 because I live off tips. Now I love thank all my people tip me and continue to do that because that's very, very important.
I like tipping too, man.
Yeah, so we big tippers, but the thing is, those things count now. So that feeling that we have now of this desperate feeling, we don't want to lose that. You know what I'm saying? Months from now, when we see things moving back forward, no, they're not going to be the same. Because guess what? Before, how many kids came to you and their mama was cutting their hair?
Well, a whole bunch of them.
And when they first got a real haircut, they were like, Mama. I done said it, and she was like, baby, I did my best. I had, because now he want to look good.
Yeah.
So the thing is, things ain't going to ever be like they used to be in no industry. How many corporate people seeing that they can run a whole corporation with all their employees at home? So now this big building ain't needed no more. How many people go just say, I'm going to work from home and I'm going to homeschool?
Could be testing out.
So what I'm saying, things ain't going to be like they used to be. It's like when 9/11 happened, we can't go to the airport like we used to.
We actually, like you said, man, we actually seen the world change. In 20 years, we've seen the world change 3 times. 2001, with 2008, 2010, somewhere around there, and 2020. We done watched it with our own eyes, watch it. Like if we go back and we look at what it once was, this, to me, the golden age that I remember, because I'm 40 years old, 40 for the first time, by the way. 1990 to about 2004 had to be the best time in history that I lived through, as far as with music, as far as with entrepreneurship, as far as brothers coming out with clothing lines, coming out with shoes, making independence. If you think about that, Master P, your Puff Dad, all these folks worth all for shit 2, 3, 4, 500 million and up right now. There was a great era. Then it seemed like 2001 hit, boom, flight travel change. You got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, you got to do that. Biometrics, everything scanned, everything watched, everything boom. And I don't think people realize how serious that is. Then boom, the recession hit, boom, Obama hit. All right, we're finna do this here.
Right.
They gave a whole bunch of billionaires and millionaires money. Boom, got them straight. Did this here. A lot of people lost homes. A lot of people lost businesses. A lot of people committed suicide. Boom, around that era. Then boom, 2020 hit. We dealing with a disease that the average person don't know nothing about. Which means that a lot of people gonna take it lightly. Which means that a lot of people gonna suffer and die because of ignorance. And we gonna watch all this shit. So 10 years from now, when we go look back, that's why they be like them old people so wise, because they seen it. Right. They watched the notion of people, not just off a book. Right. They saw the notion of how Mr. Charlie was up and now Mr. Charlie, you know what I'm saying, smoking dope and all kind of shit. You know,
cycle.
Right. It's a hell of a cycle.
I saw a lot of times, I like to go to little coffee shops and you saw the little soccer mom, I ain't tripping, but I listened to overheard some conversations in 2008, right before Obama took office, and during that last recession. Things got a little serious. They ain't worked in years. Their kids had gone off to college, and now they had to bring them back home, and maybe had to go in state, and they probably had to go get a little work.
Mm-hmm.
This the stay-at-home mom. She found a good support cast that was able to help her through. But what I hope, man. I just hope that during this time, if like I mentioned, going to the park, I see all these children with their mama and their daddy. I just hope that this is an opportunity to get some other families together.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because, everybody don't have privilege to their children like they should. You know how I go for in the court system and things like that. And so,
it's an AKA child support.
well, that go right back to what we were saying earlier, that it's people riding on what we do, and we ain't gonna neglect our family. Before I not take care of my children, it's gonna be a lot of folks short. You see what I'm saying? And so, you know, they in the plan. You know, and you know, let's talk about child support for a second, cause you know that's a serious issue that, you know, as barbers we hear it all.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I wonder did they get cut off and forgiven like the rest of this shit?
You know, we don't know what's gonna happen. You know, but I could say on that note, send some. You know, if you can't send nothing, make sure your children get their little bit. You know, as a real man, if you can't afford it all right now, you know, on real man talk, you know, and we ain't talking about government talk. On real man talk, make sure your folks get some before the rent people or the other avenues get some. Because at the bottom line is we do what we do for our people. You know what I'm saying? For our children.
Yeah, you know, TV behind too.
For
Look at that one. Yeah, you just had you popped up there, yeah. Popped up on TV there. Wow, just like as soon as you turn around.
hey man, hey, my dad was a live thing on that one.
Hey, yeah.
Because he was really like, he can't hear well, so he don't even know what's going on.
Man, the look on his face was priceless. Every time I looked at that and I saw him,
I love
like,
my man.
What these niggas giving me this for, man?
Hey, I love him so much. My son named after. You know what I'm saying? I'm the second, my son the third.
I ain't know that was your pop, man. They told that when we watching video and Bennie first released it, man. I met him years ago, man.
Yeah.
Years ago. Sold my first piece of iron.
Yeah.
So when you say iron, I mean
paperwork and all, you know.
Yeah, I mean you're talking about what bullet iron does, iron works. No, I'm just kidding.
Paperwork and all, it was legit sale.
But man, we got a lot on us, man.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we gonna make it through it. You know, it ain't no doubt. You know what I'm saying? You know, eat out your own refrigerator.
So
we can't even go out and
money.
We can't even go out and, you know, and eat and sit down and eat. You know, manage the food that's in your refrigerator. You finna learn to manage that, cause you got chicken, fish, steak, and all these things. You can't have everything the same week. You gotta eat the leftovers first. You know what I'm saying? Then cook something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cooked last night, but you got leftovers. Eat them the next day, cause
I'm a leftover buzzer up anyway.
Well, the thing is, you shouldn't be throwing food in the garbage right now.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
if you don't want it, don't overcook it.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, though, I think too, like I said, I'm not excited about it, but me being 40 years old now, I can understand it, that sometimes you put in a position to actually do better.
Yeah.
It's just, are you willing to take the lesson? Like, if you think about it, it's motherfuckers that go to a restaurant, like, I'm going to use the example with Basketball Wives. You got 8 women, they bought food, drink, shrimp, crab legs, bird feet, dolphin back, salad, motherfucking alligator back with the teeth in the mouth, all that shit. All this shit on the table, right?
Right.
And half of that shit is still there when they leave.
Yeah. Cold as hell.
Cold as hell. You know how much food they wasted? How much resources they wasted because it felt like, shit, I got it.
Right.
25 pounds worth of shit.
I'm talking about shit. I'm talking about.
I'm gonna tell you another thing that I'm seeing, and it's because, one thing we're talking about is a shutdown. Our people are going to spend all their money right now on groceries, when you need to get what you need. The grocery stores are not gonna close. Get what you need. Save your money, then get what you need later. Cause see that if you get too much, you know, like you get some fruit and stuff like that, if you can't get around to eating it, it's gonna go bad.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So we got to learn to manage.
Yeah.
And that's what we're learning. We got to learn to manage. And so, you know, the little money that you do have, if you got food stuff, don't go spend it all right now.
Yeah, not today.
You know, not today. Get what you need, then get some more later. Because you don't know how this thing gonna go. And we have to learn that, you know, as barbers, Man, right now, man, the most of us are, you know, we was expecting to be at work.
Yeah.
And all of us, you know, at some point it's gonna be everybody gonna be the same. Cause if it go on too long, ain't nobody gonna have anything.
Yep.
You see, and after you run your credit cards or whatever you got to do, you know, don't get to that point. Like we said earlier, don't get to that point.
Fernando, what you said? Protect your credit at all costs.
At all costs.
Hey,
That's right.
That's real.
Use
That's
them
right.
last. No, use them first.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on all the cash.
5 months.
Use the cash, pay minimum due.
Pay minimum due.
That's
It,
right.
it may be $42 a month.
That's right.
Right.
Just
Die
come
slow.
up with that.
You're going to die slowly.
Yeah.
That's right.
Get the cash first, you messed up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. But it's at a point, you know, I think that, because don't get me wrong, there's still going to be some hair cutting going on. There's still going to be some hair doing. There's still going to be some foots getting done, some hands, some backs, some massages, all of this. We know this. But this is my suggestion to you, and you. Man, quit putting that shit online, man. You fuck it up for us rides, your underground niggas will get caught. Quit putting that shit online, man. Straight up, on guard, like them young niggas. Don't put that stuff online, because you got to remember, the police got the internet too. You ain't the only one on the motherfucking internet, man. With Spectrum, 2G, 5G. Look, man, quit putting this stuff online. If you gonna move, and then same nigga post this shit, move in silence with a picture of Young G's on that hold his head down. Move in silence, Scarface with his hand on a big old ass dodo bird or some shit. Look, follow that same notion. Everything ain't meant to be online. Now, I love the crack, play and all that, but I got sense enough to know that your left don't always supposed to know what your right doing. If they always knew what they were doing, you wouldn't do what you do. Right. So some stuff kind of keep to yourself, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I'm comedic narrator, haircut, slang, Bennie Mac, and I approve that. But yeah, real talk, man. Don't do that. I mean, we know you still cutting now. Come on, man. Shit. But you gonna let everybody know? Would you let everybody know you selling Percocets and the models and shit? Would you let everybody know you got a pipe full of crack? Would you do that?
Exactly.
Like
So
that.
with this profession, if they said it's shut down, it's outlawed, and you willing to get online, yeah, bitch, nah. Them folks say they gonna hit your weak ass for $500 a day.
Right.
You ain't made that much, cause you ain't cutting at the same volume you was cutting at. So boom, you made your $228 that day, but you got a $500 fine.
Right.
Where you at? $272 in the hole.
Right. But at the
Keep that
same
in mind,
time, too, then, you know, looking at it from a business owner point of view, you know, now you got my business at risk, saying that if they want to lock it down, the authorities who shut us down can lock this business down. Okay. Now we're dealing with, for real, another issue.
When we first were talking about this a few weeks ago, and we were like, man, this goddamn coronavirus, man, shit seems like it's more economic than anything. Mm-hmm. We chopping it up in the shop one Saturday morning, and I ain't never thought it was gonna weave its way around to shutting the fucking business over there.
Right.
Shut it down, bro.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's
and so,
crazy.
like, right now, I think they got to shut down, how long, April the 6th?
Well, they said April the 6th. Your homeboy Trump said by Easter, because he like bunny rabbits and shit like that. But realistically, if those numbers keep rising, could you actually let all this shit go on?
Mm-mm. By April the 6th, I guarantee you the number gonna be in triple, if not more. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And more people will be at more danger than ever at that time.
Mm-hmm. This the stretch right here. They say this the time it's supposed to be most impactful in our area this next little week or so. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I'm saying is that, you know, don't let us, like you said earlier, Bennie, man, be the last ones where they got to choose if they go treat you or somebody else.
Oh yeah,
you know, if it come down to that, then you already know that, you know, it's a great chance that you might get locked out the hospital.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't breathe.
Because what you say is only so many beds.
Right. So they already run out of
so
beds.
Many beds, man.
They already run out of beds. So we gonna take this time. I mean, I'm taking this time to to make sure that I'm safe for my people.
Yeah.
Now, when I do start touching my people again, I'm gonna be looking at them very serious, you know, and this is no game for me, you know, cause if I go down, there's a lot of people that's gonna suffer, and so, you know, me personally, I won't be cutting. I'm self-quarantining myself, in which I'm enjoying. I've sacrificed myself for others all my life. Now that I have an opportunity to better myself, exercise every day, I don't have to. I eat better. I'm gonna take this little time and try to do that. Now, if it lasts too long, now I know y'all need me. I know y'all need me, and I need y'all. So you know, we'll figure that out. But
yeah. Just don't go online saying it.
Right. The whole thing is, you know, we'll figure all that out. But you know, right now, let's see who well and who's not. Let's just see who well, man, because it's serious, man. I mean, you know, if nobody wasn't dying, everybody was just like going and had the bad sniffles or something, then you know it's okay. But you know, I just, like you just said, you about to be 40 or just turned 40. I just turned 50. Yeah. And so, and that's the only reason y'all see this gray, because I wanted to see what 50 looked like for me. So, but anyway, I wanna live, man. I wanna see more. You know, I want. And if I don't, like I said, I did nothing but enjoy life. But I do want more. I want more, and I don't want this opportunity. This thing right here, this corona, this invisible thing that we got that's fighting against us. I don't want to make a wrong decision, and I get it, and it take me out because I'm trying to keep something that I can't take with me when it take me out. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, as time move on, it's gonna be a lot of things that I'm gonna be letting go. That's not necessary. But I think, you know, at this time, man, it's serious time, man.
Filtration process.
Yeah, I mean, it's serious, man. You know.
No.
I mean,
damn sure is.
I don't know how you want to look at it, but you know, if nobody wasn't dying,
probably wouldn't be that bad.
Right. And so, like, the whole thing is, okay, you're not gonna look on TV and see somebody that don't have a haircut. Barbers working, okay? Now let's keep it real. But we don't want to put ourselves in no position to where we freaking die trying to service everybody. You see, and so, you know, it's just, we got to find the balance right now. You know, and I think in another week, we're going to know a whole lot more than we know right now.
Every day is something different.
Every day. In another week, we'll know a whole lot more. You know, just like you said, you know somebody that's in the hospital that was on Facebook talking about, oh, this ain't nothing, we go kick it like we want to kick it. But now she on Facebook like, this serious. And she in the hospital with stuff in her nose.
Face look like I-20.
Yeah.
Long as a motherfucker.
Yeah. And so, you know.
Yeah, but you know, I think though, I think ultimately it's gonna be all right. But what I don't want to see is that it got to get so bad for people to say, all right, let me get my shit together. Go ahead and get it together while you got an opportunity to. Because you don't want to be forced to have to do this stuff. Because like I heard, I don't think he really just want to put that hammer on niggas' ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because nobody ever wants to be the bad guy to be like, hey man, shut this shit down. But catch you outside, you're going to jail. All right, that's it. I don't think nobody, you got some people do, but they ain't in that position to do it. But I don't think they just want to just lock it down. Even with Kay Ivey, you know what I'm saying? I don't agree with her too often, but she was like, I don't really see a shutdown, but she's saying that because she's probably looking at some business interests. So don't nobody want to do it. But I think it's gonna come to a point where it's gonna be a federal order to do it.
Yeah.
Because like New York, all them folks sitting down, California, same thing, and all these other states, it's almost like you gotta remember, you got kinfolk there, you travel there. How is that gonna work, like I said, for the future, if it never gets solved?
And it's already been a couple weeks, honestly, that it's been affecting us, like right in our area, right in this southeastern corner. And they really now just saying 14 days from like now. You know what I'm saying? It's still shut down. You know what I'm saying? This like the start of the shutdown, but it's really been affecting us for the past week and a half, 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we really don't know how long it's gonna last. We keep preparing for the unknown. You know, like I said, keep the food stocked. You ain't gotta hoard nothing that you can't keep. You know what I'm saying?
We've seen some people with that hoard, man, and that price gouging. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand a lot of people think with a capitalist mentality, but the capitalist mentality is what got us in this motherfucking position. So do you want to carry on that same ideology and all this fucked up? Now, I understand you got the goods, you make the money, but what good is your money? Because most people get the money to do what? Shop, ball, club, buy the drinks you want, eat, like I say, dolphin feet, whale back, swim with turtles, all that. Yeah, that's exciting. But at this point, none of that really means nothing.
It's a time to be teaching, man. You gotta teach them youngsters. Teach them youngsters how to make it through a time like this, because they used to being able to run back and forth to the refrigerator and the pantry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't never known, goddamn.
Hey,
you can't go down there, open that motherfucking refrigerator, man.
I thought food was magical. I ain't never opened the refrigerator, wasn't nothing in there.
Exactly.
You know, and I ain't gonna say that my folks didn't have no hard time, but they kept that within them.
Yeah.
As a child, hey, you know, I remember sometime I had to go out and my folks went through something. Maybe the lights was out when we stayed a couple nights at my grandma's house. You know, I don't know, but that wasn't my job to worry about that. So our children, they don't feel the impact, but they need to learn something now.
Teach.
You know, don't teach.
Yeah.
Do not spend all your money for nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing more important than keeping your money at all times. You put something on it, but not the end of it.
No.
Not the end of it. You know, not the end.
And shout out them teachers, man, cause y'all just like y'all said, we learned how to sit at the house and get them children together and get them lessons down. But I'm gonna tell y'all one thing, now y'all putting speeches up talking about some teach y'all shit. Y'all see who the teacher now. Y'all see how it is now.
Believe them now.
But hey, look here. Y'all ain't gotta cook. Y'all ain't gotta clean up. Y'all ain't gotta. There's a lot of stuff you doing around that house that you ain't gotta do working at no school. So there's a little bit more benefit to it working in that school system than it is teaching them at the house too now. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying. But shout out to all the professions, man. Them truckers. You know what I'm saying. I got some clients that work for the railroad, man. You know what I'm saying. Shout out to them railroad workers, man. Our medical field, most definitely. We can't medical field, man. Y'all Brian.
If you would have missed it, I knew it wasn't intentional. I was sure gonna catch it, man, because a lot of people don't realize them folks putting themselves at risk. Man, what? For other people.
Some of them getting it, bro.
Some of them getting it because of that too. So yeah, man.
That's what the news say.
Don't take nobody for granted. Like even with street and sanitation, the city
street and sanitation.
You got to remember, if them folks took 1 week off, man, this bitch look like Gotham City.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So appreciate everybody.
Yeah.
Don't take nobody for
all
granted.
All first responders, medical workers, man. Like you said, gas station clerk, grocery store bag boys. Folks taking groceries to the car.
McDonald's drive-through girl.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Uber. What's the people that deliver? My daughter worked for.
I know you talking about the folks.
My daughter worked for Silk. You know what I'm saying? They out of Birmingham. So you know what I'm saying? Shout out for them people making sure that people can't leave the house getting groceries. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, man. You know.
Right.
We working together. We rubbing shoulders and we getting back to the basics. You know. Gotta teach these spoiled kids. You know, hey, this how. You know, you have to tighten up sometimes.
Yeah. But I'm telling you,
they ain't get it because you want it sometimes.
Definitely, that humble pie has been bitten. Yeah. And it wasn't just a slice. Nigga throw the whole pie in nigga face at this time.
Yeah.
So, you know, and we can wipe it off. The question is, do you want to wipe it off? Are you going to taste that humble pie and see that a lot of that shit ain't necessary? A lot of it ain't necessary, man. Like, like when you see people belittling people online, to me, that's the most ridiculous shit ever. Like when people holler, this bitch at the restaurant, she ain't shit. But you trust this bitch that ain't shit to serve you. So what are you? You ain't shit.
Yeah, the Walmart worker,
you know,
man.
Walmart
worker grinding right
like
now.
that, man. You don't know their position
Right.
because they could be you.
Right.
So
Really.
if you did,
All our folks in all corners of this thing
big
grinding.
time, man. Big time.
Drive-through workers. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's
I want to
important.
make sure I'm touching everybody that come to my mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I tell you this though, like even with family, I'm gonna shout out some of my family members by name. Now if I don't call your name, I ain't forgot about it. It just mean that we've been drinking and smoking and that shit kind of,
You
you
feel
know
me?
how it go. But shout out to my mother Felicia, what's happening? Shout out to my wife Tashita. Shout out to my daughter Bennie, Kirsten, my brother Thomas, Timothy. God damn, I got a lot of siblings. Benjamin,
You
Kanisha,
remember all of them? I might give you
Kanisha.
$5.
Let's see, Marquetta, Sarita,
I'll take it back.
Cerise. Shout out, yeah, I got a lot of them now. Yeah, shout out to my mother-in-law, Clem. Shout out to a lot of
Natalia.
friends, a lot of family, Natalia. Oh yeah, Talia. You gotta say the best for last. That's my nigga now. Yeah, shout out to Talia. Shout out to my nephews, my nieces, all y'all. We gonna definitely get together. May not be
Definitely
today,
my fam.
may not be tomorrow, but we'll all get together. Yeah, shout out to Rodrigo. What up, man? He off work. He was at Cam Tech.
Yeah, dancing
You know,
online.
dancing
Raw, he
online.
back at it.
That nigga, that boy, I swear, I thought he
He
had
ready to
nothing.
win a contest soon as the coronavirus.
Man,
He over with.
the kid part, he'll come here like he done quit dancing and shit. Now he online. That nigga doing cartwheels and everything. Bapper
Sammy
flip.
Davis Jr.
I'm
face
talking
ass.
for real. That nigga had on some long tights and no shirt flipping. I said, what the fuck wrong with Rodrigo, man? Oh man, shout out to Rodrigo.
Slipping and slide.
Shout out to my nigga Mike, man.
I guess I gotta put a shout out.
Yeah,
If you wanna follow the shop on Facebook, the shop, the Ensign and Basics Clothing. The shop, the Ensign and Basics Clothing. You know what we do. We've been in town forever. We got the boutique, we got the salon, we got the barbershop, the car wash. We
Cornerstone in the hood, baby.
yeah.
59.
We've been doing it. The shop
Yeah,
and
no.
Basics on Facebook. Take it serious.
Yeah, take it serious.
You know.
Yeah, shout out to Tony Bell too, man. Bell's Catering, what's that?
Tony
man?
Bell.
Still gonna get by there as much as possible, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tony Bell. Support your local businesses too, man, because
Right.
they need you. You know what I'm saying? You got to
Right.
think about it. Even though they're still open, the volume has dropped for everybody.
Substantially.
So
Yeah.
so as much as you can, show your support to him. Shout out to my father too, old brother Bennie, Bennie M.A.
Tamadani,
two
Kapukin.
Monday, Tamadani, Kapukin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to my other mama, Roslyn. What's up with her?
Right.
Yeah, my real mother, she died in 2009, but you know, shout out to her too. She already knew it. That's where I got a lot of my sense from. Shout out to her. Shout out to, like I said, all the barber, beauticians. Shout out to V94.9 for us being open to be able to still relay information. What up, homie Jay? What up, Drigger the Eyelash Diva? What up, Chris Coleman? What up, Courtney French? What up, Mr. Run? What up, Tracy? What up, Kenosha? What up, Karen? What up, T. Carson? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lady Wu. Knowledge is power. Shout out to everybody, man, that I can remember. And as we go on, I'm going to shout out as we go on, because I ain't the only one talking. Anybody else you got to shout out?
Man, hey, I'm just gonna ride the wave, man. My family, abroad, all throughout the states. Of course, I don't want to leave nobody out by saying names, because I got a big one. I'm like Wayne. My grandma had 8, 9 children, and they all had a lot of children. They children had a lot of children, and so on. So shout out to everybody.
That's right. So I'm
And my
Wayne
family at the
Honeycutt.
house.
We got a Honeycutt Towing. If you need a tow, call Honeycutt Towing. We got my partner, long-term partner, Robert Jeter, better known as Tony. He do T-shirts, all family reunions.
Yeah, Tony do T-shirts.
Oh man, he do T-shirts. I've been having a family reunion in my family for ever, 30-something years, and every time he come to Birmingham, he do them. He did some out of state. And they still last. I still got T-shirts from the '80s, man.
Yeah, Tony putting out that quality.
Tony. Then we got Ray the Barber. You know, Ray the Barber here. He's a DJ. DJ Ray. He do DJing. So when you hit the shop, you know, put a shout out for Ray. We got Big Reg. We got some new talent in there. We got a little young barber named Lloyd. He do his thing. Then we got Star Cleveland, who running the clothing. He's on. This guy's a social media superstar. Star Cleveland. You might want to look up Star Cleveland on the website. He goes go link right back to the shop, and he up there running the clothing. And then we got the beauticians. You got Audrey, Wanza, Tamika, and you know, we got Doug doing the car wash. So I give a shout out to my team.
Doug.
And what they do, because without all of us working together, and see, like right now, it's a time to where everybody's suffering, because like when I had to put the word out, we shut down. Then now, for me to do that, it's got to be a way for me to sustain that. Yeah. And so hopefully we can draw better as a family. For some reason we've been we start meeting, and as a family.
We're gonna keep that same faith, man.
And so, but this before the corona came. Yeah. Now all of a sudden the corona came, we got a dang on a text that we talk and joke together, you know. So the thing is real, man. And in the middle of this suffering, find out who your folks are. You got time. When you see somebody, ain't nobody no rush to leave you now. So you know, catch up. You get a call, you can have real conversation now, you know, and that's what I've been noticing. I've been able to, like some of my customers, you know, that, you know, I just cut their hair and they got to go, and I got to worry about the next customer, then I got another customer calling me, I can't get in the person's attention. Man, I had some real conversation with some real people, man, and I wasn't rushed off the phone. They had my attention, and, you know, let this be a time of relationship. You know, just, you know.
Literally got all the time in the world.
Man, we got time, man. We got time. Keep washing them clothes at home. Ain't no dirty dish in the sink.
They keep them done. But me and my folk did the thing where I can't think of what it called, but I just keep hitting the same button going back to it. I can't remember which one of my cousins did it first. I think it was LA. But it was 8 of us on the screen talking at one time, man. I'm talking about for hours yesterday, and then it was like 20, 30 of us and all jumping in and out of it throughout. Man, the chat went on for like 3, 4, 5 hours, bro. Literally. It may have been longer than that, man. I think that thing started about 12. That chat may have ended about 5, 6 o'clock, man. Wow. Literally.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's good stuff right there.
I'm talking about people just jumping in and out of everybody, from my grandma and my uncles out of town, my uncles here. My aunt, my cousin, my older cousin, to the younger cousin, to the baby cousin, man, everybody just jumping in and out. I probably seen 50 of my folks, 60 of my folks that's off that chat. 8 of us was doing. They had you lined up kind of like the Brady Bunch. Y'all done seen the commercial.
Yeah, I know.
Can't think of what the name of it is, but if you see that, it might be what it is, bro.
But I know
Facebook, I mean, Messenger got a version of it if it's not that. But I think you still have to download that to use it. I'm not sure. My cousin, the one started, but man, I'm talking about you real time talking to everybody. You know, everybody jumping, kids jumping around in the background. It was fine, man. It was fine. Right. We caught up. I'm talking about lining some stuff up for the fam, man. Yeah, talk some major shit.
But I think, like I said, from the beginning,
talk some major shit.
Getting back to the basics. Yeah. Doing shit you supposed to already be doing.
Right.
Shout out to Big E too, man. Right. Shout out to Big E and his family. Yeah, shout out to you, man. Shout out to Squeak.
Big E.
Shout out to old Darryl down there in Montgomery. Shout out to Adrian over there in Atlanta. Yeah, man. Shout out to my folks in New York, Marquis and them. Shout out to Sam and Murray out there on the West Coast and them, man. Hey, we see you, man. I'm going to hit you most likely when we get up off this thing. Shout out to Orlando with I Hang TV. They still running in and out of 4 houses. Hey, you don't know what you're running into. Damn, one time he said it looked like he was doing playing what it is. The shit that you put your arms on the ground, the house is so nasty, taking long steps.
Yeah.
Hey,
Lando hanging TVs on whatever.
for real, Lando, I seen him hanging from a horse one time. They just had him by the loop of his pants. He was hanging the TV. I said, Lando gonna get it. Lando gonna get it.
On the horse.
Yeah.
See, but I'm gonna tell you the beauty of all this is that, like, if you need like anything, like, okay, look at like Queen Latifah, Ice Cube, Jay-Z. These guys and these women had a platform. Mm-hmm. And Mac Dad, you know I'm a fan of you. I love you, and I want to see you do everything that the Most High got for you.
Well, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Just go to Barbershop Stories and click the subscribe and the bell button. And
there you go. There you go. So the thing is, you know, since we got an audience, find out something you good at, and stick with one thing. And so once you find that one thing that you're good at, like Jay-Z, who was a rapper, or Magic Johnson, who was a basketball player, they became good at one thing, but then none of us hold one title. Right. You know, you're a daddy, you're a son, you're a father, you're a brother, you're a cousin, you're a neighbor, you're a barber, you so many things, but find that one thing and let that be your platform, and then become who you are. See, but if you can't find that one thing, you'll never be able to become who you are, because nobody knows who you are until you can become successful in one thing.
Well, you know, I think that's some of the way true.
Right. Okay.
I think that, because this is perspective, and I respect it, but I think that most people do multiple things until they fall on the thing that end up making them the most money. Because think about Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders played football and baseball, right, until one of them overtopped him with, all right, now I can leave the rest of that shit alone.
Right.
Because I think you can be great in multiple areas, you know what I'm saying? A master of none, but do of a many. I believe that, but I think that what people do like me with cutting hair and doing comedy. Cutting hair is a little bit more prosperous than comedy. But if comedy get it the way I wanted to go, cutting hair is over with.
See, but you've been funny all your life. We didn't know that. You was cutting hair, though. But we knew you were funny, though.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, you know, just finding out something that can give you an opportunity to do something else. You know, like right now, you know, with this equalizing of what's going on, it's creating opportunity for like a person who ain't never bought stock can actually afford some stock. A person that, you know, like right now, okay, our young sisters who got these income taxes, okay, before the coronavirus right now, you will pray for the car dealership. These guys were trying to take advantage of you because they know you need a car for these children. But guess what? Now you got a little money, you can name your own price. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, it's an equalizer. Throw a dollar sign out there, you get your money. Throw a dollar sign out there and see who's turning down right now. You know what I'm saying? See a rental property right now and see if they won't take whatever. You know, it's opportunity out there during the crisis. Because everything down and affordable.
You just got to be an optimistic thinker. You can't look at everything as bad, man.
But at the same time, if you can't afford it, stay out the way, stay out these restaurants, eat out your refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to see, all people grow, man. You know, if we would just support each other. You know, it's studies been done about the black dollar, how it don't circulate in its own community. And can I have this conversation right quick?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. You Wayne Honeycutt, man.
All right, I've had discussions about vendors coming through my barbershop. Okay, now over the years, I've had to view it different ways. Cause at one time, see, first of all, I thought about this, and you know, and I don't know, we might differ in this. It's always what I say is, you know, like T.I. say, what I say is the truth, but that's a lie. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know, so the thing is, what I've learned when it come down to me making another black person and giving them an opportunity to make some money, is that I don't like to block that opportunity. Now, if it's gonna cost me some money, then you gotta put in. Now, like, I ain't finna, you know, like in my shop, you know, guys come in, they selling air fresheners. You can do your walkthrough. But if you want to set up, I got to charge you, cause that man that came in that shop only got $100. Now, how he spend that when he walked through that door is what's available. So now if you're available, you taking some from somebody ain't eating. So I got the cupcake lady setting up in my spot. My vending machine ain't selling honey buns. She got to pay me for something for the honey buns to help me out. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, when I see vendors, cause for a long time, you know, I was about to have a problem with them because they wasn't paying at the door. Cause in my barbers, we had a problem because these guys paid to be here to make this money, to keep this building on, and somebody walk through and get some money out of there. You see what I'm saying? So how do we do that? Okay. I thought about that thing, and I was thinking about, okay, this $1,000 power bill that come every month. They ain't walked in one time, but they just get it cause they get it. So why would I hold my brother responsible for coming getting a little bit? You can't stay, but now I don't give the person that's got the gas station across the street, he got air fresheners up there too that I can walk across there and get. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, I just think just support black people at all costs. You know what I'm saying? Like, find reputable electricians, plumbers. Try to spend your money within the neighborhood, because once they find out that you are black owned, that's why, like, a lot of times you see people that don't, you know, like our brother Philando, you know, he's become the face of his business, and I love that. I hang TVs. I love that because he still do good business because he's a good businessman. So, you know, but if we got to find, if somebody else need to hang TVs, if it came down to it, you had a choice, choose your brother. Mm-hmm. Because we ain't been the first choice for a long time. And this integration thing, I don't want to, it can get too deep. It's sometimes it worked against black business. Mm-hmm. And mom and pops no longer exist because of food world. You know, people had problem with Walmart moving to the neighborhood because it sucked everything dry. Mm-hmm. So the thing is, if you have a choice of how you spend your dollar, make a good choice. You know what I'm saying? Make it to where the person that you spend your money with can come back and help somebody that you can touch. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The arm's length. You want to come with a name with it? Arm length spending.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cause you know, if you can reach out and touch somebody with your money, you got a chance of pulling some back at some point.
Yeah, at some point.
At some point. You see, it might not come today, but if I can spend money with the plumber and he can come in and do a good job, he gonna come back and spend money with me. Now, if I call outside source, they came in and they do a good job, but I ain't gonna see that money anymore. It's gone. The money that you gave me to get a haircut, the guys that pay to make money in this business, all their dollars is gone if I don't spend it in the arm's length.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Because we losing that. And now we back to that because now hey, let's see if the next door neighbor got some sugar. Well, I remember them days.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
A lot of people done forgot that.
they done forgot that.
Yeah.
Man, I remember I got sugar or some eggs. Let me borrow a couple of eggs to, you know what I'm saying?
Karma.
Get myself together.
The corner
Very
store,
common.
the corner store, that's all my folks had to do is send me down there and tell them who I was, and I brought back whatever was needed.
Cigarettes and all.
Cigarettes and all.
Bill, all kinds of shit.
Everything. And we back to that. You know what I'm saying? But we don't want to lose what's happening to us when things get better. Remember this feeling, man.
Yeah.
Remember this, because it's for a reason. You know, don't neglect your children, your wives. Get that relationship. You know, learn these people, man. Learn them. It's for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be one to preach, man. Damn it.
Oh, you ain't preaching, man. Shit, we brought you up here. You just show up, shit.
Don't nobody know the barbershop
It's
like
all
you.
good,
Yeah, man.
Oh,
These
Don't
family-
nobody know it.
Cause see, like on Georgia Road in 1989, when I first got there, we were dealing with Colors had just came out. 89, man. They would drive by, they were jacking in the drive-through. You remember all that?
Yeah, all that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Then Snoop gave us gin and juice. We were drinking gin and juice, laid back. You know, we always been a culture of people that was controlled by the things, the media, and that's okay. That's okay. And I'm not saying that, but we made it through that. We made it through those times, you know. But now, what I'm seeing in the same neighborhood, 30 years later, now going on 31 years, it's this word that a lot of people ain't heard, but everybody done heard it. It's called gentrification. And what's happening is, and I don't want to get too deep, but
Come on with it, man.
it gets
Come
deep
on
though.
with it.
Boy, I'm talking about it get deep because I'm the Woodlawn Business Association president, and when I sit down and I talk about and I mention these things, I have to sit down at tables like this. When I look out at the audience, I don't see a lot of black businesses out there. I see the new businesses that's in Woodlawn.
Mm-hmm.
And we welcome them to the neighborhood. But what's happening to our neighborhood is a force that you cannot stop. It's called gentrification. And that's where, because Woodlawn wasn't always black, it was white first.
Mm-hmm.
So once it went down, in which I cannot blame the investors that's coming in. I applaud them. I give them a round of applause because guess what? I wasn't going to be able to do it. The other black businesses wasn't going to be able to do it. We wasn't going to get together and make this building something better. It was just going to rot. It was going to be burned down. It's going to continue to be there. So what I encourage all our people to do that's in this area is to get into the know. Go to the neighborhood meetings. Find out. The reason I went and became part of anything was because I'm a person that come back and give information out to others because I want to see my people, black people, grow. And the people that I do talk to, I don't mind letting them know that. They know that I shake hands. They send emails. So if they want to win the trust of the neighborhood, they got to have somebody like me. Now, let's talk real talk. When I see all these things going on, when the ground get broke and the real checks being written, all these little neighborhood presidents, city councilmen, mayors, or whoever, whatever title you carry, if you ain't getting a check from the groundbreaking, you just a figure. Because guess what's happening? You got a title, but you ain't getting the check.
Mm-hmm.
When the check get written, it's getting written to the people that's the investors, and they writing it to their own people. So my education and what I'm learning, being in the community the whole time, is we need a check. So in turn, you got to ask for something. You see what I'm saying?
Every time.
Well, what I'm saying is, you got to educate. You know, all these nonprofits. It's time to read. You know, your downtime right now. Read a book. Learn something, so that you can benefit from something. Man, I done sat here, man, for years, and I done seen black people hold office. Look at the city council, all black. Man, we got a few whites now. You know, when you look at, you got all these black. The Woodlawn, I'm in Woodlawn. The neighborhood president, Valencia, and I give a shout out to her, but can't no business come in until they come to the neighborhood association. So that's a level of power. Now, we ain't saying stop nothing, but at some point, you got to take this knowledge in and see a rental property and get some of this property. Get something instead of some Jordans. You know, get something, spend some energy on something that's going to be profitable for you and your family. See, because we're not dumb black men. You see what I'm saying? We're not uneducated. We're not the old barbers. I love the Etheridge brothers, Broom. These guys paid the way for us. But we smarter.
You saying about
honeymoon.
You saying about honeymoon.
What I'm saying is, these brothers, careless.
Oh, yeah.
When I moved in Woodlawn, wasn't nobody but careless, and my brother up the street,
Papa Crum.
Papa Crum was cutting out the yard, and then there's another brother, right there, right across the street from Woodlawn High School.
Ooh, Robert. Yeah. Robert.
Shout out to Robert. It wasn't nobody in this neighborhood.
Big Teddy, back in the day.
Teddy was with him. May he rest in peace. So what I'm saying is, we are a new breed. I'm in the middle now. But Mac Daddy Sam, we got to use our platform.
Street Seed, what up?
A platform for betterment, to educate our people. Cause see, at the barbershop, that's where it happened at. That's where we made big decisions for black people. So at the same time, we have to make sure we getting educated. When something come in that we know about through social, man, we got so much information now. We got to use this. We cannot be like our grandfathers. They paid the way. We wouldn't be who we are if it weren't for them. But we got to pass that torch. They passed the batons to run further, not to run this in the same circle, to run further. And so we got to take our education. You know what I'm saying? I have a degree from the University of Alabama. I graduated in Tuscaloosa.
Damn, Roll Tide.
And so Roll Tide.
Roll
You know what I'm saying? So
Nine
the
to
thing
four
is,
niggas,
I can't.
Roll Tide, man. Stop.
Hey man, I'm sorry.
LSU, baby. Lost the state.
Gotta have one that help to ruin
Lost the
the
state,
moment.
baby. Lost the state.
So the thing is,
Orlando,
but I remember, like my grandfather, these guys never could go to college. They were all assembly workers. They didn't have the opportunity to get education. You see what I'm saying? Now, even more so now, we learning that you can go to college at home. They'll send all the kids home.
Yep.
So you can get educated, but the thing is, educate yourself, learn, read, and use the information. You see what I'm saying? You can write my tax lady, I love Miss Lattimore. I'm telling you, she good. She's a great tax lady. Listen, if she told me, she said, Wayne, if you had time, you wouldn't need me.
Yeah, because you already know it.
Because I know that I can, if I take the time, I know I can do it myself. If I take the time, I grew up, like I talked, Honeycutt touring, it was Honeycutt garage. I was a mechanic before I became a barber. I ain't like that grease on my nails. My hands wouldn't come clean. But if I got to, now I got to change that oil out there. You know what I'm saying? It won't be no problem. But with me cutting hair, I realized I might as well go get this oil change and keep cutting. And let the oil man become the oil man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, what I'm saying is, we supposed to be better than our ancestors. At this time, we at a point to where this is a learning experience for us.
Mm-hmm.
We shut down. So shutting us down in an industry like this is major. Not only we shutting down a meeting place for our people.
Mm-hmm.
But our information, like this right here, you still getting information.
Mm-hmm.
You still hearing Honeycutt talk. Big Mac Daddy, Sam, you still getting the information. So we can still put out stuff in a way that's going to educate and keep our minds right.
Mm-hmm.
When me and Tony hit the block, granted, in the neighborhood, it was no daddies at the house. You can go door to door right now in the black community. Good times. They made it illegal for a man to be in the house, man.
You was getting other
I hit the block with 59 with 59, boy.
Man, drive-by shootings, all that.
Oh, man.
So the thing is, what I'm saying is, now we know better. We need our ladies to step up. It ain't no reason nobody could give you that your child can't see they daddy. It ain't no reason. Because guess what? You go die. If you die from this mess, that's his child.
You know what
I'm gonna put that on you. Cause see, if your child ain't seeing they daddy, let it be all his fault. Not because of finances. Cause right now the nigga might be getting in a little trouble. He can't pay. Is it about the money? You know, we as the black community, if you look at the Chinese, they got like over 70% of families together. The black community, we are the lowest on the total pole for families, man. And they done train our people to keep us divided. Now, granted, we've been put into a village, and so many obstacles. It's so many obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
But throw all that aside. You see what I'm saying? You can't. It ain't no reason that a man shouldn't see his child. I don't care if he walk in the street and he a crackhead. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or it just ain't no reason. It ain't no reason that a mama can't see her child.
Mm-hmm.
If the man had the child, let the crack mama see her child,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of her situation. You see what I'm saying? Because if we back to the basics, now these children at home, it took two to get there. We need every resource that we have. Bottom line, and I'm just touching on things that's dear to my heart. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I done seen the black community suffer, and I see over the cities when you do the study of how they did Detroit, this infiltration of where the neighborhoods change
Right before
our eyes. So, but when something like COVID-19 come in, we can look at it like it's a negative, but don't none of that mean nothing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So none of that holds weight right now, cause don't nothing hold steady.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything that was steady is not holding steady right now.
Mm-hmm.
So where are you right now? Take this opportunity to find out, like, look at stuff for real, like really right now, because it's for real. Any of us could die.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like, what's really real? You know what I'm saying? And then if you make it through it, where do you want to be? Because opportunities are here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Next?
What's next? If mama didn't learn algebra in high school, she never learned it. So when her child went to high school, her child can't come home where you really learn at. Because you don't learn in a classroom of 30 in an hour algebra. There's no way. It's homework where you learn it. So now all the work is at home. Can mama get a little smarter now?
Well,
Yeah.
learning all the way with them.
Yeah. It's an opportunity for a lot of good things, man. We just got to be able to look at it on that optimistic side and not look at everything like it's just so bad.
Let's get better. I mean, we can revel. We'll be all over the place, man. But I appreciate.
Hey, appreciate
you know what I'm saying.
Appreciate you coming, man.
They shut us down. We want to live. We want to stay healthy. I need to cut hair, but if I'm dead, you go find another barber anyway. You know what I'm saying? And then more likely, if I don't cut your hair in these 2 weeks, you go find somebody go cut you. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna be back open, and we'll rekindle our relationship. You know what I'm saying? But let's everybody take this thing serious. Mm-hmm. Learn from this feeling that we have of being. We ain't desperate yet, because it ain't been but a couple weeks.
No, we ain't desperate yet.
But it's scaring us into desperation. Why you think they running out buying all these things right now? Because we don't know what's next. Mm-hmm. Don't forget this feeling. Don't forget this feeling, because it's real, and you should operate like this all the time. Mm-hmm. Don't be wasteful. Don't blow your money on what at first, before they close it down, what they call it, non-essential. Mm-hmm. Find out what's essential and what's a non-essential in your life. I've seen a child tell their mama that I ain't going to school if I don't get the Jordans. I done heard that come from.
Who this nigga was? Danny the Menace?
Well, no, this was a child that became a friend to his mother. Because wasn't no daddy there. But that's a whole nother discussion. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? At this time, what's non-essential and what's not? And what's non-essential, let it stay non-essential. Don't bring it back to essential. Mm-hmm. You know, and live like that until you can afford some essential things. Because if you're suffering right now, your non-essential became your essential. Now that the essential has taken priority, your non-essential got you in a position to where you cannot handle the essential things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's scary.
So we gonna make it through this, but let's keep the non-essential in their place when we make it through it. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
The chips go fall, man. And ain't no sense in panicking. Don't waste no money on nothing you think go change where these chips go fall. Mm-hmm. Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But just let's make sure that the non-essentials, like they first closed us down, and then they didn't say the word. I was like, they ain't say the B word, barbershop. Mm-hmm. They came back and said, barbershops, hair salon, because see what it was. See, if y'all don't know, ain't no barbershops on 280. They all salons. See, white men go to salons. Ain't no white barbers. It's very few. You know, they go to women to get their hair cut. See, the white barber is pretty extinct, the white male. The white man go to the females to get their hair cut. You see what I'm saying? So once they put their first ruling out, it was what they were looking at. They were just saying salon, nail salon, and you know they were trying to say everything. So the man had to come out and tell us, barbershop, hair salon. Mm-hmm. If y'all, we can't specify it because it hit an industry that's important. We know we're important, but you don't want an unhealthy man cutting you right now. Let me make sure I'm healthy. Mm-hmm. Give me this chance, this time. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna come back. We gonna do our thing. You know what I'm saying? But if one of my employees, what I call them associates, because they're not employees. They pay to be there. They my associates. Mm-hmm. Once one of my associates or one of my team members is sick, we're gonna ask them to stay off until they get well. Mm-hmm. So once we get open, we're gonna have a clean business for you. Mm-hmm. and a safe environment for you. And so that's where we are right now. Because what's happening is, as we mentioned earlier, we ain't taking it serious. And we gonna look up, our whole community gonna have it. The hospitals gonna be closed for business. And it's gonna be more black lives lost than any lives. Take this thing serious, man. Get your distance. Quarantine yourself. Learn your folks. Learn your children. Call your auntie. Call your sister. Take this time for the essential, not the non-essential.
Don't make them folks have to quarantine. That's what you don't want.
Real shit.
It's coming. But let's get our mind right what's really happening. Like the man said, this is life or death.
Yeah, for a lot of them it is. And a lot of people done died.
Man, they died.
Like Trump said, a lot of folks done died today. They ain't never been dead before. As funny as that shit was, you're right. There's a sarcastic way of saying it, but there's a lot of people dead. They ain't never been dead before. And that shit is real.
Man.
So, you know, hey, like I said, we can sit here and talk all night long. But hell, I'm finna get on up out of here.
Barbershop
and
story.
I got to be at the radio
Story,
station.
man. I appreciate this, man.
Make sure you tune in to V94.9 all week long. But I am myself on the Home Team Morning Show. We crank up at 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. And just tune in to the station, man. We're very informational. You're going to get your couple hee-hees and ha-has in. Liberty everything. Call, chime in. The whole nine with us, man. So remember, too, comedy shows are canceled until further notice. I had one on the 4th. The 5th, had one on the 7th of April, all back to back to back. Had one on the 28th. Shout out to Rocks on the Rocks. She canceled it, but I understand though. So look, when we get back, just remember, hey, I'm still available for business. We're gonna make it happen. Just everybody get this shit together while you got time. We're gonna make it
the
work.
whole team.
That's right.
Shout out to the whole team. I be on that 94.9.
That's right.
I listen to them. I be mixing it up, but every now and then I make sure that I get some of their stuff, cause
we'll take a few minutes. Shit,
yeah,
it's all
yeah,
good.
yeah.
We'll take what you give. Hey,
yeah, hey.
Nigga ain't gonna
I
cry
do
about
that.
the sandwich. It wasn't the sandwich I wanted, but it's a sandwich, goddamn. But yeah, man. And then shout out to everybody, barbers, beauticians, service industry, and everybody who took the time out to watch this. Make sure you watch it, then you like it, then you share it. Cause well, man. And I'm comedian narrator, haircut slanger, Bennie Mac. And I am finna get up out of here. That's my partner.
Say no, man. Hey, you gonna ride it out, man. And hey, the Most High will us all the way through it, man. Just like he always is.
All right. Shout out to K1 too, man. The cameraman. He can peek his head around and throw his hand in there. Throw your hand on it up, man. Yeah, there you go. Shout out to K1.
Hey,
K1.
Yeah, man. So hey, look. Shout out to Scooteroo. Shout out to Other Luther King. Shout out to everybody who support. And even whether it's physical, whether it's mental, whether you're just thinking about it, shit, sometimes that's good enough. And shit, we out, Barbershop Stories, the podcast, episode 37. We are out. We'll see you next week on episode 38. Number that info, like Sammy.
I'm glad to be part of 37, baby.
That info for you.
Attention. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with PBLS, you may be entitled to financial compensation. PBLS, aka pot bellies and little shoulders, is a common disease among Americans between the ages of 26 and 44. You may have been exposed to PBLS if you stay or hang around one of these areas: Baby Kingston, Belmont, West End, Hoover, the Bay, Pratt City, Gate City, Woodlawn, and many other areas with a whole bunch of chicken spots and houses with them little bitty red grills in front of them. We're here to help. For the first 10 callers, we're giving away a free bicycle in a body shape. Call 1-800-123-PBLS or potbelliesandlittleshoulders.com. Representatives will be standing by with your pot belly ass.
By Mac Man on the time.